Switch to multi-stream, cause the multi-stream is working. Streamlabs music playing in the background, nice. Adjusting my microphone, making sure it's precise. Adjust this setting, cause it's been a while since I did a live stream. Been a million miles except measured in time, but that doesn't give a good rhyme. Gonna drink some 7-Up, should've brought some water too. Oh, what am I forgetting? Alright. Please flash, don't crash. Just keep working now. Gonna grab some whatchamacallit. This music feels too loud. It's too loud today. Take the music down just a little bit. There we go. That feels more legit. Meow, 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 meow. All right, go for it. I'm good to go. What if I'm not ready? No one's gonna stop and check to see if I'm ready to start streaming. This is all about me and all the adventures of my day. I'm pretty sure, but no, that's fine. Just start without my say-so. I don't even, need to finish any sort of thought. I'll be over here minding my own business. Somebody already left the stream. That's okay. Lightning. Here we go once again for another week of drawing some things, talking about nonsense, getting angry at the internet. Space Goonie 42, a big hello to you. All right, got my pen. Gonna copy and paste some squares over here. That's not the squares layer, probably the one labeled boxes. Nope, it's the wrong one. There we go. Oh, all right. I made notes. Things that need to be talked about this week. And last week, really, but I didn't feel like doing a stream. I just didn't feel like it. So I didn't. Because, why? Why force myself to do something that technically it's part of my job. Once again, drawing stuff all day is my job. And then streaming is also part of my job on Fridays now. So, I don't have to be crazy. Captain Barmy over here, he's over here making a mustache movie, all kinds of other just content on top of content. If anything, this weekend, I was like, I didn't feel like doing anything. But then I see him posting some things while I was still also trying to actively just avoid Twitter. But he's like, hey, any weird mustache people out there? Get at me. I want to put you in my mustache movie or my mustache cereal. Oh man, I really don't. Other than I believe like in Captain Army's case, he's just like I'm just going full-time content creation now between raising money for charities and whatnot. Again, I don't know how people do that. I did get excited, Captain, for a second, because I was like, ooh, I'll include. I was like, oh no, I was like, I've never had a mustache without a beard. I've had like goatee, but I can't handle mustache cereal. Oh, it's gonna be exciting. Like I said, I think I just watched like the trailer and it's just like, what is even happening? This is scary, but it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. And if anything, like I try to do in the work stream, like I try to do in this stream, just always trying to encourage other people to do stuff. Hey Pat, because again, everything is content. Just have fun with it. Pat's usually got a bunch of beard as well, not just mustaching. But if you happen to just have a mustache right now, Pat, contact Captain Barmy somehow. You're not on social medias anymore. I don't know. Do a Twitch whisper. What am I looking for? The title area. But yeah, I really, like, I spent a good chunk of the weekend where I was just like, I have to do something. And I didn't. But it is stuff like that. Like, when I do things, there's usually somebody else that's like, oh, cool, I want to also do things. Like, good, let's spread the need to do things that aren't, hate crimes all over the world. Just making content, even if it's content that irritates me beyond belief. Because another thing that kind of laser sharks. What is that? What is that shark that you used? What is the emoji filter thing that you with the one tweet that I looked at today or in the last like 2 days? Hey, how did you? Which I've been messing around with clips on the Apple device, and that's got some cool emoji heads, which I want to do some more stuff with just for the sake of random nonsense. And but that shark floating around independently of everything, just in space, animating. It's an iPhone thing, because I got a shark on mine that looks exactly like yours, except it still maintains the background. So I don't know, but that one, an emoji. Okay, an app I'll have to download probably. That probably makes sense. Yeah, no, if you don't have it on your phone, then it's probably a thing you need to download to your phone. Have you gotten that old where you just assume, oh, well, I guess I just don't have this option available to me since I can't see it in front of my eyes? Wake up and stop being 90 years old and download something again? When's the last time you downloaded an effing app for the love of fun and vinegar? Ah, with the texting app. I'll have to check that out. Because, yeah, the clips is pretty awesome. That's what I used to make that dinosaur thing a few weeks ago. And just a minute ago, I was like, oh, no, it's Amanda's birthday. And I didn't so much as say happy birthday. So I used the turd emoji. And I just made a quick song really quick. Because I'm like, the stream's going to start in like 4 minutes. And I already forgot how it goes. But it was just like, it's the birthday shit, I think is how it went. It's the birthday shit. And it's something, the happy birthday, have a good birthday shit, but it was like all sing-songy. Again, it was 4 minutes ago, but yet it's already gone from my head. Ooh, actually, last stream's suggestion for an idea, the title actually still fits. I'm going to call it Mermaid Roll. But Finland actually fits for the idea I had. I don't know what's going on with Flash, like, as of just today. It's already crashed on me like 1,000 times. And it's taking... Well, this file is just too full of stuff at this point anyway. But it's taking forever to save. Yeah, you're still in the intro. That is your Finn that goes by at the beginning of the stream. I don't know where I'm pointing. I'm trying to point back in time to 8 minutes ago. But anyway, what was I about to get angry about? Other people's content that you're somehow trying to both encourage and also take a big old emoji poop on top of? Correct. So yeah, this is like the second time I've seen this post where, again, I'm just like, I want to hate it, and I do hate it, but it's still a thing. But it's just like one, if you don't know Ryan George or the Screen Rant pitch meeting videos / just other Ryan George shorts, or just, skits, whatever you want to call them, videos, sketches. He talks to himself, where he's like, he's one character, then he's another character, and they have a conversation that cuts back and forth. And he's brilliant. Every single short that he does is the funniest, greatest thing ever. I don't know, somebody just like talking back and forth to themselves, and then they call that content. Is that the video? This guy gets sponsored. This is how he pays the bills. Really? I just don't see it. It just seems like a dumb idea to me. It seems like a real dumb idea. Irony. But for the second time now, I've seen a lot of people that their whole YouTube video is just like they're playing his videos and just going like, oh yeah, yeah, he's right, and just like, You are unnecessary to the viewing of this. Why are you doing this? And again, this is me reacting to it without showing the video. So what's the difference, really? What's the difference? Yeah, the themes would be not a whole lot of difference. So I mean, half a dozen and six of one of the other, or however that thing goes. It's all the same. Ebbs and flows. So again, try not to judge yourself by other people, whilst also trying not to judge other people. Maybe? Is that a thing? I think that's probably a thing.
No! Let the hate flow through you! Yeah, we'll defeat He-Man together! Just hate it all, filled with rage for no reason and for fun and for profit, maybe. Yeah.
Alright, guys, you're both making some real good points. But anyway, this one guy, it specifically says, like, at least lip sync of Ryan George thing. And it was, like, in my reels or whatever. But it's just basically, he's got his eyes all bugged out and makes a weird face. And it plays, like, faster. So it's just, like, him just kind of going, while somebody else's hilarious audio plays. But he's still just basically doing the same thing. You're still just cutting back and forth. There's nothing really, that you're really adding other than, what if this was done with a crazy face? And it's like, he's already doing the face thing. Why not just, if you love somebody else's thing, just share that thing, and then be like, I was inspired by this guy, and then I started making my own thing. I just don't understand, but I do understand. Obviously, it's for the clicks, and for the likes, and for the algorithms and whatnot. You find something that everybody likes, and then you also do that thing. But again, still on top of it, trying not to hate his existence. Because at least it's still a step up from, the constant where I opened up TikTok for a minute. I'm like, what is going on with TikTok now? The only things that I get are either 7,000 videos of people smashing beer cans and being real angry, or people making fun of the people smashing their beer cans and being real angry, or people trying to strategically, like, ooh, look, these are my plants, and there's one little reflective thing, like, here's a tray, and it's just a video of nothing other than try to find the naughtiness in the video. There might be a nipple, or there might be some pubes somewhere in here. Try to find it before the video gets taken down, and that's the whole game, I guess, and it's just like, why would you bother with this? Again, this is supposed to be an app for children dancing. But whatever. It seems to be mostly an app for perverts and hate crimes. Let's get a lighter blue. Let's maybe actually start drawing something. So anyway, trying to remind myself, just make stuff. Don't be beaten down by how horribly derivative or whatever, because again, like, this can't be, this is the most derivative. A guy who draws comic strips and talks to his angry orange cat, like, that's the most Garfieldian thing that anybody could do, and that's what I do with my time. One of these days, I gotta make some new effing emotes. Any app that you use, Captain Barmy, any app that you use, well, not for hate crimes, though. Just for perverts and crimes. You already use it. It's TikTok. You're already TikToking, I believe. But mostly, yeah. My TikTok algorithm is just all about the entire LGBTQ community trying to defend themselves against all of the people hate criming them, or just, hey, here's what we think, blah blah blah. Oh, man. I don't know. The other day I was like, I just have to stop looking at TikTok. Or not TikTok. I already don't look at TikTok, like, ever. Unless sometimes my brother sends me something that I'm like, now I'm stuck here for a minute, gotta get out. Twitter is just such a high level at this point of American hatred towards, again, the LGBT community, just people trying to live their lives, just common sense, and just like, no, but we need here's the thing, guys, we're sick and tired of all these people out there trying to like grow as humans and be something and learn new things. That's not what life is all about. We're supposed to worship this one magical thing for our entire life until we die, and also have guns and shoot things. Those are the only two things we're supposed to do, and anything outside of that is unacceptable. I'm just like, I can't take this anymore. Like I forget what it was. I went to the bathroom, brought my phone, scrolled through Twitter for a minute, and then by the time I got to the couch, back to the couch, it was just like, oh, like almost, maybe I did start to cry. I can't even remember now, but I'm just like, I don't even remember what I'm so upset by. There's such a deluge, a delusional deluge, such a torrent of just unmitigated hatred towards nothing and everything. One of the things was like, some, and again, it's not just a bunch of our Canadian, political jerks and nonsense makers. They're filing in with this also way of like, we gotta stop. I was like, no, we're the country that's good to people. We appreciate everybody, right? And then the other one is New Zealand, because my Twitter and all that stuff is usually like, here's a bunch of British news because we know that you're watching Mock the Week, like, but I'm not there though. And a bunch of New Zealand stuff because I follow a good handful of New Zealand comedians. And in New Zealand, just the same thing where a bunch of or at least one of their leaders was like, yeah, let's hate everybody. Like, what if you didn't though? Oh man. But yeah, in this one person's thing, it was like, hey, like, you're gonna want to keep coming to these like Republican conventions or whatever, because you head over to the Democratic convention, and you don't even know what you're gonna see. And it listed 3 things, and all 3 of the things were like fairly benign, nothing that anybody should be. It's just like, yeah, like they're over here, so they're gonna run into gay people or whatever. But it wasn't even that. It was just something like people that want to vote on things and give people a chance, and colored hair and different colored hair. Like, you didn't even say like crazy colored hair or bright colored hair or just unnaturally colored hair. You literally just said you'll see some. What if some people with different colored hair showed up? Like, then you're not good at living your life. If you can't exist in the world without handling people having different colored hair in 2023, like back in the 80s, back in the 90s, all of the future movies were like, in the future, we're going to wear super crazy clothes. We barely do that at all. Nobody's wearing crazy future jumpsuits, and everybody has crazy future hair. Anyway, just realize, I mean, I'm already aware of it, but just knowing how much reading that stuff, it doesn't add anything to my day. I'm not trying to fix it. I feel bad when I do come up with a really just horrific, upsetting comic strip for Milo to just be angry with all the racists and whatever, and I was just like, and the mass shootings, and I was just like, I just can't, and just its existence is crushing my motivation. So it's just like, no, just be my own motivation, or at least, go for a walk. I've been to more than enough therapy to know, hey, why don't you go for a little walk? And I did, and it made everything seem so much better. I ended up talking to a guy at the pawn shop about He-Man for the longest time. And like, ideally, I would, yeah, exactly, Captain, like, just to go there and write silly stuff, but it's just surrounded by so much, just such a deep well of horrible things. But at least, like, I don't follow that many people, so I mainly just see stuff that you've done, stuff that Voxney's done, but there's still like a few people that are just like, by the way, they're trying to kill Star Trek. Like, everybody, just enjoy stuff. Why is it so hard to enjoy things? And yeah, and I usually see stuff the Laser Sharks posts on Twitter. But I still, I feel like I posted something that I did a little while ago and was like, I might as well throw it on TikTok. And it's still, it's just something, it just makes me kind of sick. It just makes me sick. But Twitter used to be about fun nonsense. Like, everybody on Twitter was like, here's a joke I came up with today. Here's a funny thing that I saw today. Here's an adorable, weird-looking cat video. And now every time I put it on, I just see people just beating the living daylights out of each other, and somebody just filming it, and just things that are like, There's got to be good parts of the world out there, and there is. You just gotta, you just have to be the good things that are out there, I guess. Oh man, I did make some notes, but
No, you could just continue being the evil. Come to the darker side. Come to the blue side. A nice baby blue muscular skeleton side of things. So easy, so fun. Everybody, we can dance if we want to. We can leave your friends behind. But if your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, then come to the evil side.
Sometimes they got to agree with this guy. What if we're just evil? Why not just be evil? Speaking of evil ideas, something that keeps, and I'll give this idea away for free. I'm sure it's out there. It's not that genius of an idea. It's just kind of like, hey, there's a pyramid scheme out there. Anybody can get in and on it at any point in time. All right, let's draw some structure before I get too crazy here. But that genius idea for everybody is, and I just keep thinking, I was like, I should just set up a t-shirt shop somewhere. Hey, Miles, rocking it out. Hey, Miles. Don't get the gout. I realize my drawing stream is super small, and we're not drawing right now. We will in a second. But the genius idea, hey, why don't you stammer and stutter? Just build this up even more, and it will be even less impactful when you actually say it. Just sometimes words are hard. Just create a t-shirt shop. Try to create a new email, new whatever. Make sure there's just very little linkage to my existence or my connection with it, and make some sort of just America guns, some sort of like Trump is Jesus shirt designs, and just sell them and just be like, hey, what did you do? Nothing, I sold some t-shirts. Like, ooh, what kind of t-shirts? Don't worry about it. And then just show them the It's Cool to Be Sad or Milo shirts. Just like, really? You made $10 million selling these shirts? Like, And realistically, it was like, I just sold Maniac shirts to the Maniacs because they can't seem to spend enough money on the Maniac stuff. Oh, the crazy flags and the Trump NFTs and just everybody. Every time you see one of these videos or these news things, like they're just kitted out. They're just geared up in novelty T-shirts that are just like America, F yeah. And it seems like a bit of a cash cow that is just sitting there, where it's like, if you would like to take your druthers and push them aside, take your belief systems and just nudge them into the darkness for a little bit, and then just make enough money to retire, and then make some good stuff. Oprah did it. Oprah's original version of the Oprah show was Jerry Springer. Jerry Springer was like a Jerry Springer show. She was just doing horrible things, crazy gotcha madness, and then she became Oprah. So it's like, what if we take a few pandering moments of evil time but that's what they all say, and then some of these politicians that were like, they started out to try to help people, and you get sucked in like an 80s movie, etc. Can't buy me the amount of times I've thought of that exact same ridiculous idea. If I just make up a really ridiculous shirts that pander to one extreme, then sell them, but name the company something clever that definitely pokes fun at them. That's the other thing. I would like to at least hide my own secret hidden messages in there that they wouldn't notice, because that's not their thing, is noticing things. But anybody on the side of cleverness and goodness and reasonability will be like, hey, do you realize you're wearing? But then it's just like, then they come and set me on fire because they're crazy. But anyway, just one of those genius ideas that you're afraid to do. because, it sacrifices your entire self-esteem. Basically, yes. Easy. Super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Quote, Ryan George. Oh, man. I didn't even look at my notes, but I know some of that is at least from my notes. Oh, yes, that's what it was. Opened a window by mistake. Nope. Anyway, we'll go back to my notes in a minute. I didn't know what Drain the Swamp was for so long. I only just very recently realized, like, oh, that just means the government system in America is a big swamp. That's the best part, too, is like, A, all the misspellings he misspokingly said. But again, just the fact that it's just like so many of these politicians that are like, they're out there like making memes. Like, you're making a meme about how these trains have derailed and how there's a bunch of just like poison toxins everywhere and it's just an unacceptable level. Instead of making a meme, I don't know if you know this, it's our job to make memes about how you're bad at your job. If you're making memes about how everybody you work with is bad at their job, then it's all of your jobs to do better at that job. And again, I'm saying this to 9 people. They get to say their nonsense to the world. I don't want to say things to more than 9 people. It's too scary. Oh. Mermaid, mermaid on a rock. All right, one more. Okay, I was actually another thing I was thinking was like, what I should do instead of talking about, complaining about, the real world. It's like my dreams are so crazy that I should just start writing down my dreams every day and just be like, hey, it's dream time. Come on to the Dreamcast. And I'm just going to tell you the weird dreams that I had, and it's going to be annoying, but some people are into that. I'm sure I would hate it after about a day. But I'm not going to tell you the whole dream. There's just this one part of the dream where I was like, and it just made me kind of proud of my psyche, if you will. But basically it was like, whatever, in an old house. I was like visiting there and decided I'm going to take a bike ride to visit these friends that they're just like 10 minutes away by bike, when in reality, it would probably be like an hour or more bike ride. But in my dream, it was like, it's just a couple streets away. A bunch of bicycle nonsense, whatever, dream nonsense, doesn't matter. And, but then I got there and it wasn't my friends. It was different people, but within the dream, I still made friends with the people, and was like, oh, like these people are cool or whatever, and was like either husband and wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it was, like a variation of the people I was actually going to go visit, but really wasn't until I woke up where I was like, wait a second, who are those people? But within the time meeting these people, it was just like hanging out for like a few minutes, like, hey, this is great. And it's like, hey, let's go like hang out in the garage or whatever, and go into the garage area, like just, from basically the hallway where we were. And their other friends were either there or their family, but there was like at least two older men there or whatever. And one of them like looked a bit Trumpy. Like it wasn't him, but it was like, I think this guy is trying to look like Trump on purpose. Like this is weird. And then realizing like on the door going out of the garage there was just a big Trump poster, and I'm just like, ooh, okay, I gotta get out of here. But it's like, at least they're still just being friendly. They're still in that stage where it's like, hey, we're all on the same side, so I don't have to be mean to you yet, right? Like, yeah, everything's cool. And and whatever, just talking and me trying to figure out how to escape kind of thing, like most of my dreams. But in this one, at one point, the Trumpy looking guy was just talking. And he was just complaining that whatever it was, because I was like, well, I better go. And it's just like, oh, yeah, just like, you know, you try to take a bus or any of that stuff. It doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter anymore. And these are the words he said. I'm not cleaning it up, other than in my dream. I cleaned it up myself, I guess, before the horrible person said it. But what he said in my dream was just like, oh, he's like, there's just like there was a bunch, like, you try to take the bus. The bus is full of N-words. You try to take a taxi. There's a bunch of N-words. You try to take a train. It's full of N-words. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, wait, why is this guy, like, he's a racist maniac. And we're, like, in his domain. And he's saying, and he's not, you know, he's saying N-word instead of the N-word. And I'm just like, what is even happening here? But then I woke up and I'm like, that was awful. But somewhere in my brain, I was like, that's not acceptable. Like, that's not, like, I made sure this guy couldn't go full racist in my dream world, even though I had just had another dream where somebody just fully got stabbed in the chest with a giant knife. And I felt traumatized for the rest of the morning. But I was just so like, like, for all the things that I'm afraid of in my dreams, it's kind of nice to know that somebody's not going to get that racist, or that's just not a word in my vocabulary that's available to use for any of my dream characters or whatever. And that's the extent of that tirade. Oh, man. Oh, man. I definitely have some better notes. Written down. Gotta check my notes. Gotta check my notes so I can remember anything else that I wanted to talk about that wasn't that. Never find my notes app. Oh, okay, here's something that I might have to look up. So my first note just says, ignoring Twitter to maintain sanity. So I'm gonna try my best. Kujin! It's been a while. Kujin Alexius Porman. The new exalted name. Or that was just your Twitch name and your YouTube name is different. Kujin and his dragon friends. I'm trying to make amends in the world of dragons. No one's bragging, drinking full flagons of mead. Need for speed. So anyway, what was my other actual note? Oh, there it is. Okay. It's in bold for some reason. Yeah, I might look this up. Has anybody seen? It was just yesterday. I think I saw, and I was just barely paying attention, but it was one of those commercials like on YouTube that was, just 15 seconds long. So before I could even realize what was happening, it was like it was gone, and I'm like, I wasn't looking hard enough to see what was that for. But I believe what it was. I'm not sure what to look up, but I'm going to try in a second here. This brush is too big for what I'm drawing, but that's fine. I believe it was two ladies. And I think maybe it was either, it had to have been a detergent commercial or maybe a washer commercial. I'm pretty sure it was a red washer, but all of a sudden I just realized that one lady said to the other lady, so I can just, oh no, yeah, it's just like, no, you can just put your bloody underwear in the wash with the rest of your clothes, and you don't have to worry about it ruining everything. And I was just like, I thought we already just washed all the clothes together all the time now. I didn't think anybody really separated their clothes for colors or whatever, regardless. But then the commercial was over, and I was just like, I have zero idea what that commercial was for, but it was very few words, and the words were, so now I can just watch stuff that's all bloody, and it won't, and it won't affect the rest of my clothes. You sure can. And somewhere in the back of my head, it was like, is this also an ad for murderers? And hey, you guys, you know how you get period blood and stuff? You don't want to get caught in some way, and you just want to throw it in the washer? We got you covered. Actually, I'm gonna open up. I think, is the internet open? It is not. I'm gonna open the internet, and I'm going to search. This isn't gonna work. Washing. I'm doing a search for washing period underwear commercial. And then that's in my algorithm now. Now, the things that popped up, I wasn't really looking. In my head, it was a washer. This one's from a while ago. Murderers only. Who else bleeds? Nobody. It's just murderers. Dare I?
They're period underwear, Ma. They stop leaks from your period.
Period underwear. When I was young, we managed to put a man on the moon. But for 35 years, I had to search.
Nope, it's not that one. All right. Well, maybe next week I will remember and see it again, and that will be that mystery solved. Your mysteries are literally the worst mysteries available. Oh my god. I mean, seriously, that's the mystery that you're going with for this week? Out of all of the notes you could have made, you're just like, by the way, guys, it's just, I don't know. I'm just gonna, I feel like I need you to add an animation where I back away. I would like the backing away animation from certain situations. Yeah, I'd like to put in a formal request for that. Too lazy. If I did extra stuff, I'd be doing extra stuff all the time. Oh, man. So anyway, what if I did just draw pictures? What if I just drew pictures instead of trying to have commentary on the world? Let's go with hands on hips Milo for once. There we go. A little bit different. A little bit rock and roll. Well, you know what? Let's just do a full cheat. Let's do a full cheat today. I'm just going to clean up this panel. And, oh yeah, there was something that Laser Shark said, and I didn't read it. Have you ever wondered? Oh, wait. Miles is saying, I've been playing Mass Effect again recently via the Legendary Edition. It's been fun getting back into it. I've missed Commander Shepard. I never know any of your references, Miles. I finished Mario Odyssey like 2 weeks ago, and I've still been playing Mario Odyssey. I have so many stars or moons collected. Can't get enough of it. Mass Effect is definitely just too big of a game for me. They all are. I'm too lazy. And Laser Shark says, have you ever wondered if the diver who had the large pipe dropped on him died when the Loki mask was released at the beginning of The Mask? I'm also watching The Mask, which is why I ask. I genuinely think I assumed, because I was young enough at that time when I saw the movie, when it first came out, that I think I assumed, like, it's a hero movie, so I assumed that he just didn't notice the mask floating up and then was like, oh, I got hit with a pipe, and away he went. But I'm pretty sure if I watched it right now today, I'd be like, oh, that guy's dead. That guy definitely just died, but I can't 100% picture it in my head. But the sea is dangerous. The sea is so dangerous. You've got to sign a waiver. So it's probably safe to assume that he's dead. He's dead. All right, what did I draw on this layer? On the clean layer. Definitely something on this layer. If I hit delete, there we go. I was drawing those lines. Switch to black. 4 or 3? Go with a 3. Anyway, if you are out there and you do want to get blood out of your underwear or whatever, Laser Shark says cold water for blood washing. And you can't dispose of a body by burning it without using an industrial crematorium. And the husband did it. And if I was monetized, this would be the moment where I lost my monetization. And Pat Pro coming in with adding ice cubes to that ice water will work best. I always keep wondering that because I know that when I do a stream, it is always at the end of, by the way, you know, when you've got a lot of blood in your underwear, make sure to use cold water. And it's just like, when's Captain Barbie going to come back and be like, whoa, wait a second. It's just genuinely floating around in the back of my head. That, and especially Voxney, same deal, where she's like, I just went to feed my kid and I came back, and now you're talking about crying over Power Rangers. It's like, always crying. And, saw more stuff on that new Power Rangers, like Now and Forever, or whatever it's called. And again, I was never a big Power Rangers kid anyway, at all. But seeing one of the trailers was like, huh, this might be actually amazing. But then I saw some more stuff and I was like, oh, this is definitely the worst, and they probably shouldn't have. Right now, I'm here talking about blood right now. Is it forever in the mud? Cold water. And I say this with every new season of Taskmaster, But the new season of Taskmaster is the best season of Taskmaster ever. Aside from probably the James Acaster season and the Hugh Dennis season and last season. Every season's the best except for that the Johnny Vegas season. I still do go back and watch it every once in a while, or at least parts of it. It's just, that was like full-on pandemic time. So it was like nobody really wanted to be doing this stuff, I don't think. And everybody that was doing it was just like, oh, everybody's just having the hardest, saddest time at this. But man, oh man, this season, like, I've watched every episode like at least 3 times now, since all of them have come out. Every one of these people, every single one is just a treat to watch. Like, I was just excited for Ivo to see what he was going to be all about. And he's exactly what I expected, or he would be on Taskmaster, and it's just like, delicious treat. Jenny Claire, oh my god, don't know who that person is, and every second of her, just hilarious and amazing and entertaining. A part of me kind of thought, I was like, he's like the most famous guy. Frankie Boyle. I thought for sure, I was like, out of anybody, he's going to be the most painful one to watch. Because I just feel like he's not going to be actually into any of this. And he's so into it. Mae Martin is just my favorite. Like, I genuinely want to take Mae Martin and just put them in the corner of my room and have them there to just be pleasant and nice and say good things. Oh, they're all amazing. And the other guy whose name I can't remember. Oh yeah, and she's Canadian. I keep forgetting because she has such a solid British accent. Kyle, is that his name? I think it's Kyle. Oh man, his little for me bit, great. Loved that whole sequence. And then his playing the music that they made with the words, and then the bits that was just like, you're my hero right now. Like, oh, it's so good. And then of course just the animosity between him and Greg is great. And then the other thing I keep doing is just going back and rewatching Taskmaster Australia, which is definitely got to be one of my new favorite things as well. I really enjoy Tom Taskmaster. I think he's fun. Again, Taskmaster New Zealand, love everybody there, but Jeremy Wells, he's fine, but he's definitely like, I'm a professional host, and I'm here to be professionally hosty, and it's just kind of, it's just dry, but thankfully, Guy Williams, not Guy Williams, this is brother Paul Williams, is just hilarious and amazing, so it just makes it all work well. But Tom the Taskmaster is just, he's having fun with it, he's a fun guy, and he knows all these people, it just feels like just a nice little family of fun. And Little Sam's only just watching Taskmaster now. Oh, just because of, I can see that, but at the same time, man, oh man. But again, it took me a while to watch it. You guys were telling me to watch it for way, like probably a year before I actually started watching it, if not maybe months. And now it's the only thing I want to do with my life. Like, I don't have to, but at work, we're doing they do a little thing every once in a while. It's like spotlight on an employee, basically. And I want to say Madison sent me a thing. It was like, hey, would you want to fill this out? And then we'll just do this. Let's just answer a few questions. But once I open it up, I'm like, oh, maybe I should do the questions on the stream, depending on how quickly I go through this. But like, one of the questions is, which reality show would you want to be on, or whatever? And just like, what? 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 Who are these questions for? Oh, for normal people. Sorry, I'm not like the rest of you. So I'm tempted to just go in and be like, I wrote my own questions and be that guy. Because I don't have answers for any of these questions. But I'm just like, I guess I'll put Taskmaster? I've got to put Taskmaster. It's the closest thing to a reality show that I watch. And then the other question is, which I hear this question so often, where it's just like, hey, like, what's your go-to karaoke song? Just like, I don't know enough of any songs, and I'm not quick enough to, or I don't feel comfortable enough to go up and just kind of make up words as the song goes by. Also, I'm pretty sure most people don't like that at karaoke. They want you to sing the words, and they want to also sing along. But I don't know. I feel comfortable and fun just doing random bits of songs on my own on this stream, and especially the Streamlabs stream. But I definitely don't have a karaoke song. Like, I feel like it would almost have to be a Disney song. Like, but I still don't know the words either, but it would have to be just like, can you feel your love tonight? You need to look too far. It's enough to make kings and vagabonds live in harmony. And I don't sing. I just do weird impressions of singing. So it also just feels like, this doesn't feel right. Like when the last time I saw, or last like 2 times I saw Pat do karaoke, I'm just like, this is amazing. This is unbelievably amazing. Like, how doesn't Pat just put out an album like once a year just for the fun of it? Because it's just like, this sounds amazing, even if it's just like covers. Anyway, I don't know. I believe there's a new karaoke stream thing, possibly, or virtual karaoke or something. Maybe you have to have a virtual helmet and Facebook virtual world, whatever that is. Should have brought some water with me instead of just this pop. Kind of regretting this brush thickness, but it's fine. So, I just don't know. Part of me was just like, Ice Ice Baby? Like, no. Or, drove downtown in the rain, 9:30 on a Tuesday night, just to check out the late night record shops. Late night record shops. Call it impulsive, call it insane. And something else in Pavlov's dog. Ring a bell and I'll salivate. These aren't the right words, but it's still great. So just like, I don't know. And then I forget what all the other things are, like, I can't even think of them. Like, what's your go-to drink at the bar kind of thing? And like, just those kind of questions are just like, questions that most people have answers for. I'm just like, I haven't gone anywhere or had it, like, I still have the same bottle of vodka in my fridge for the past like 3 years that hasn't gone down in any way, shape, or form. Excuse me. Two seems way too small. So anyway, in movie watching news, I talked about this a bit on the work live stream already, but I finally managed to convince myself to watch The Batman. Again, not that I didn't want to watch it, just that I'm like, this is 9 hours long, and I hear it's very dark, as in like hard to see dark, and I'm like, ugh, I gotta set aside some time to really wrench the curtains closed and make sure I'll be able to see everything. If I just tilt this down this way, there we go, and I loved it. I have to say, I have zero complaints about it. When it got to the moment where you were like, wow, like, so this movie is over now, like, within the next 5 minutes, this movie is over, and then suddenly realize there's still a whole hour left? How is this possible? Didn't we cover everything? Like, oh yeah, the Riddler is still one of the main characters that we haven't dealt with, but spoiler-ish alert, for the most part, like, the Riddler is just exposing all the corruption in Gotham, and I'm like, and he's kind of like, we're on the same side, Batman? Like, we're working together over here, aren't we? And Batman's like, no, I got vengeance. And then at a certain point, it's like, no, you guys are working together, and the Riddler is right. Like, you're both right. If anything, he's more right than you, and you're crazy. And then, of course, halfway through at a certain point realizing, like, I don't think there's any American people in this movie. I think everybody here has a very solid accent of some other kind, but they're all doing really great, whatever, American Gotham accents. And nothing is distracting or weird, but it's like, oh yeah. British people are the best at being in movies and stuff. And I'm fine with that. But what point was I making? Which thing was I about to talk about? It was super long. Oh yes. Well, one, the biggest spoiler is there's definitely a point where we realize the message, the moral of this whole movie is realizing that, just going out and beating people half to death isn't necessarily the best way to solve all the problems of a city. If you happen to have all the money in the world and you can invest it into the infrastructure and the orphans and the education of people. And I thought, really, like, part of me was like, like that is what everybody needs to be told right now. But it's odd that it's through a Batman movie. But then, equally as crazy, at the point where everybody should be learning this, there's some Batman voiceover where he's just like, I was really starting to doubt myself. Really thinking, you know what? Maybe a Batman isn't the answer. Maybe I'm not doing a good job at this. Maybe vengeance isn't the key. And it's like, yeah, all right. Like, the next scene is definitely going to be, Bruce Wayne just being like, hey, it's me, Bruce Wayne. I'm going to do all that stuff that all these corrupt guys said they were going to do, but I'm going to do it for real with my money. But that's not what he does, and that's not what his voiceover says. His voiceover is like, I just have to go harder. I have to punch more, be more scared. Like, wait, what? No, you just learned from, like, more than a few people that the answer is doing good things. But if he did that, then there wouldn't be the rest of the Batman movie. The other thing, of course, is Batman is just 100% bulletproof. Like, how he doesn't get shot, and even when he does get shot, it's just like, anyway, I'm fine now. Like, okay. But it's kind of done in a way where it feels a little more like the animated series Batman, where even for the first, like, half hour of it, I was like, is this the future? or is this the present, or is this old-timey times? And then I was like, oh, it's Gotham. It's finally had that feeling, which the first Batman movie kind of has as well. The Tim Burton movie and the animated series have that feeling of it's this timeless place where it is like, yeah, you could have blimps in the sky. Yeah, we have super high-tech computers and gear, but also, you know, it's not inundated with the nonsense tech that we have, you know, in present day now. It's just the cool stuff that we need to have a cool movie. So it's kind of, I want to say, believable that for the most part, as long as Batman doesn't get shot in that little part of his face, it's like, yeah, you could probably take most of these bullets, but also a lot of these guys, they aren't just like, boom, boom, boom. It's like with fully automatic weapons, just unloading at least 6 bullets at a time on them. And of course, some of the Riddler stuff is a little bit convoluted where it's like, that was your plan? Because of that wording? Are you sure you guys wanted to go with this? I think you could did anything else? Or at least not made that part of the riddle? But my favorite thing, I have to say, about the Batman was right away, like right at the beginning of the movie is the, you know, like, who are you? Like, I'm Vengeance. And I'm like, all right, cool. That still worked. I liked how it sounded in the trailer, and I think it works good in the movie. Why can't I figure out how I want this to go? It wants to kind of be like its knees. Anyway. So anyway, my favorite part is, I want to say more than one person, maybe it's just the Penguin, but people keep calling him Vengeance. Like, oh, hey, Vengeance, as if that's his name. And it's just, and I love it, because they're doing it in, you know, they're doing it in a condescending way as well. But it's, I don't know. I just love this. Like, it's like the only funny thing in the whole movie. It's very serious. It's very dark. Very much feels like some of the darker, like, Hush comics. Like any of the darker Batman books that I've read that are actually about, like, you know, serial killers and murderers and whatnot. Actually kind of looking like a Bruce Timm type of face. And that's it. That's all I have to say. I'm not going to spoil anything. Yeah, other than it's so long. It's so long. Some of the shots are nice and slow in a way that I'm like, I appreciate this. I like that it carries out this slowly. Feels like a relatively good multi-book story. Or a big old graphic novel. See if I have anything actually written down. And nope, that's all my notes. Oh. don't know if you could actually hear that. You probably couldn't. This microphone is too good. But yeah, that's all my notes. That's all my notes. Now I just have to remember all of the other things in the world. Or it's up to me? Are you saying it's up to me? I have to do my best to come up with something entertaining, something clever, something wacky and weird that nobody would ever think of. Why don't we ever do skits? How come we should just be doing some skits? Everybody's out there making skits, and then we just do this sometimes. You've got a phone, you've got all the gear. We should definitely be doing some skits like this, except, with those YouTube shorts and whatnot, where we're just like, I'll be mean to you, and you'll be like, don't be mean to me, and I'll be like, I'll be more mean to you, and they'll be like, please don't be mean to me, and I'll be like, but I'm actually just being correct, and you're this stupid, and you'll be like, oh, I am so stupid, please tell me the best way to be it. I'll be like, oh, I've been trying forever, you'll never get it, because you're the worst, and you'll be like, I am the worst, and then, I win all of the, interactions in all of the skits, so why not that? Let's do that. We should probably make sure we do some of that.
And I could also show up and tell you, you're the worst as well. But unless it's a contest of being the most evil, vile, and worst, and I will win, and you're the boob, He-Man.
They're not wrong. I gotta make more rant. That was the whole point of the beginning of the stream when I'm like, there's all this crazy content out there. That's just crazy. And why is anybody making anything? And I think I was just in the TV world long enough where it was just like, hey, let's all pitch our TV show pitches to the studio, to the whatever. And then, we'll end up making a TV show out of our own studio. We'd always be, making pitch Bibles. I've definitely made pitch Bibles for just a bunch of TV show ideas over the years. I was going to say our friend Josh, but I don't think Space Goonie or Pat ever knew Josh or worked with Josh. I think he was always here, but I think he went to the same... No, Pat didn't go to that school. Never mind. There's no connection. But at wherever Josh works, they were doing a thing where it's like, hey, a contest, pitch your ideas, and then we'll run that show pitch up to the, TV executives or whatever, and we'll make a TV show out of it. And Captain Mushface Josh, and he's just like, yeah, and I'm like, oh, that's amazing. Oh my God, it's just Josh is my age, I think, maybe slightly younger than me, maybe slightly older, but it's just oh yeah, that used to be a thing, and I forgot how much that was quashed in me by just the fact that the way TV is made is just nobody's gonna watch this, or yeah, but what makes this a special TV show worth being on TV? What is we're TV people, and I'm just I don't want to deal with this anymore. I don't want to deal with TV people anymore. The last time I did, it was for some kind of contest thing, and it was just immediately just never mind. I'm just gonna make stuff on the internet. I already have a job, you guys. I already have a job. I mean, I can come here and do this, and if I'm the only one watching the stuff that I make, then that's fine, because I like watching my own stuff, as narcissistic and snake eating its own tailishness as that is. But because of that, it made it hard. It makes it hard to solidly, even my every day or all week long, my job is literally to help creators who create stuff of all different genres of whatever. Some people are just doing TikTok dances. Some people are just playing Minecraft. Some people are making music. There's every possible avenue of creativity that's being done, and my job is just to help them add a little bit of extra pizzazz and overlays and emoticons and whatnot. And they're emojis. Or emotes. Emoticons are just the text thing. You're not over here drawing text and sending it out, so just stop. Whatever. Old man brain. But yeah, drawing people's emojis and stuff. And it's I'm constantly reminded that it's just just make what you want to make, It's not about becoming the king of the internet, or the lord of the Wi-Fi waves. It's it's about getting your creative, flexing your creative muscles and keeping your brain active and not being beat down by the horrific sadness and hatred that is just thundering through Twitter and the TikTok world and whatnot. But there are a lot of people out there. It's like they're enjoying a lot of content that isn't that stuff, and it's just like trying, if we can stay into the good algorithm, then we see good stuff. Well, it's not wide enough here. So again, in that, trying to, again, convince myself that doing a little skit with Milo, it's okay. It's not like, oh, that's sub-TV power quality. You should know better because you worked in the industry and the blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, I did, and it turned out nothing matters. Nothing matters. People hate shows that were amazing, and people love shows that were garbage, and the cycle continues. It's fine. It's all fine. He-Man was a super successful series, both toy-wise and animation-wise, about buff-ass weirdos punching each other in space. Why was I saying all that stuff? Oh yeah, to convince myself it's okay to just do some random skits with Skeletor or with these weird emoji heads and whatnot. Da, da, da. Milo at the beach gonna cause some fuss. He's not waiting for a bus. He'll be clean and he won't cuss. Just don't think his name is Russ. 'Cause it's Milo every day. Milo every day is his name. Whispering, no need to explain. Do, 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 do. Anyway, part of that tirade, I think, was to be like, so I had this idea, and then I think I forgot of whatever that train of thought was, and got too wound up in the, too wrapped up in the message to listen to my own content. And then we'll just cheat instead of redrawing Milo at all. More teeth. Oh, yes. The other random British TV thing that I kind of got sucked into for a while. I know I didn't watch the whole show. I'm not going to watch the whole show. But it seems like maybe a weekly show where Michael McIntyre? Yes, Michael McIntyre does like the Michael McIntyre live spectacular show on a stage. And he's wearing a suit and everything. And probably does some skits or talks to the audience or whatever. Things that I don't care about. But one of the kind of features during that show that goes out as a bunch of clips on YouTube is what is it called? It's something like, let me use your cell phone. Making calls, texting something. But basically, Michael McIntyre. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. They'll have celebrities in the celebrity VIP box, and they know that it's going to happen. They bring their cell phone and they send it down to Michael McIntyre. He goes on the stage, plugs it into a big screen. Sometimes he digs through their phone a bit, goes through their pictures, and we get to see that, which is pretty interesting. But the main thing is send to all. It's called Send to All. He writes a weird text and sends it to everybody in their contacts. And some of these people are like politicians, sports heroes, at least 2 different Spice Girls, I believe. Jerry and Emma, I believe both of them were on there. And at a certain point, I was like, I don't even care that I don't know who any of these people are. This is amazing. They're usually pretty short. Alan Carr, he was one of the ones. But he basically just writes something crazy, sends it out there, and some people are like, "Oh, say hi to Michael for me." Obviously you're on that show, and other people send back sincere things. But he goes through who are these people? Where whatever they sent out one thing where it's just "Hey, I got a coupon for free plastic surgery because I get so much plastic surgery, and I thought you could definitely use it. Am I right?" And one person's like, "Oh, I would love to. Thank you so much. Set up an appointment for me." And another person joking around. And then they're like, "Oh, who's Mr. Johnson?" That's my kid's teacher. That's my kid's teacher. Oh my god. Or who's who's Steve Mechanic? That's my mechanic, Steve. Oh god. And it's just hey, I thought you looked really great today. I just wanted to, see if you wanted to hang out some time. Just oh, I'd love to, whatever. Really just, in some cases, things that are this could really ruin somebody's life. But so far it seems it's mostly just all in fun and everybody has a great time. I think I've watched all of them. But that was, one of my, I'm going to say wormholes, but that's not a wormhole. Rabbit holes. That I was stuck in for a little while. That and watching a bunch of Tom Cashman, the Alex Horn from the, I was going to say Adobe, the Taskmaster Australia, the Adobe Taskmaster Australia. So there's something about him where I'm ooh, I need to see more. I need to see this person interacting or just talking in a specifically comedic way. And so far with the random things that Australian Alex has said comedy-wise, and just I like this guy. I can't wait for another season of Australian Taskmaster. Sometimes Milo has fingers, and sometimes a mitten. Sometimes you just erase some stuff instead of drawing it. Oh wow. Even with my cheating, copy and pasting I do still take forever to do something simple. It's too short, but to measure it, it seems to be right. That is the worst hand ever. Oh, this is what happens when you don't rough sketch things. There, that looks better. Even though they're both doing the same thing. Bada bing. Doo da 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 dee da dee da 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 dee da da. I almost picked colors there, but these aren't colored books. Oh yeah, I don't know if the captain is still around. Did the captain get enough artwork for his coloring book? Did you make a book full of cartoons for people to color? Or did I make the only thing? Alright, save. Go to a text layer. Do. What? What you want? I just asked if you got any more uncolored art week. Oh yeah, it's like almost 3 o'clock in the morning there in Ireland. If you got any more artwork for your coloring book that you were going to make for whatever, Color Me Charitable book. And if you had thought about just taking a bunch of pictures of yourself and figuring out what filter you could find to just turn it into like coloring book pages, so it's just you doing you stuff. The massive, you're meeting a publisher. Oh wow, everybody goes. I'm just like everything I do. I'm just like I just go to lulu.com and just go upload my PDF. There's a book if people want to buy it, whatever. You're going all the way, Stephanie K. That's a reference you wouldn't get because you're from so far away. But here in the Maritimes is where that began. In Canada, at least, it's Degrassi Jr. Spam. This is me, color my face. It's open all over the place. Pick your shades, pastels if you please, and color me, and here's a picture of bee's knees. But me, me. Oh yeah, I was going to open up my notes application so I can copy and paste the text that they are saying. Alright, there's no spelling. Blue Bloms. Apple C. So you're gonna go full bore then, like actually like get artists and whatnot? Go to sleep. What do you mean? Don't BRBBBB. Go to bed. It's only 23 there. I don't know how to read military time. I assume that means 23 minutes after midnight? Is that when 0 is? 0 hours. That's a whole storyline from the Batmans from the DC universe. Of course, I call it military time you guys just call it the time. Because I've seen 1,000 different ways where they're just like, it makes more sense. And I get it. And I get it. But I'm not good at math. I'm not good with the numbers. This is too much text, Milo. It's too much text. How are you saying so many things? I'm going to fit it in here. Just like that. Center. That's amazing. Good luck and Godspeed, little doodle. I hope it works out great. I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will. And that is the power of motivation. Bow, bow. Bow, 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 bow. I can't hear the it don't take money, don't take fame, don't need no credit cards to color this train. Something else in some other words, you might just lose your mind. That's the power of motivation. Could have changed some other words so that rhyme would have worked, but I didn't. Didn't think ahead and I didn't. I'm looking at words and I'm listening to different music. It's almost done. It's almost done. We can get out of here early for once. Oh, jeez. Put in so many hours of the stream mine over here. Hi, Shaney. I know you're not in the chat, but you're probably watching this later. So say hi. Remembering people. That's something. Oh, man. So fast, all them DJs, they say damn. Rhymes were drugs, they'd be selling them by the gram. Keeping their composure when it's time to get loose. Magnetized by the mic when I kick my juice. Frying up DJs in a pan like bacon. Kevin's there and there is no faking. Tremor monsters out of space. Kevin Bacon in your face. Driving harpoons daily and night. Oh, that song is still going. Quietly in the background.
You were like a ransom note. If I give in, will you come home? I put everything I had into getting you.
Man, I know I say this at work as a corporate shill, but in my own time right now, the new setup for the Streamlabs music.
I walked across a burning bridge for you.
I really enjoy it. Only for the fact it was like sometimes like, hey, here we're singing words and it's like a real full-on song, not just background tones. But I'm like, oh, like there's a couple that was like, this is a real good song. I have like literally the post that I did, this one right here, like these lines are so shaky. Like I really have to be in the zone. Like I use the pencil tool so much nowadays where I'm just like, I'm getting too old for smooth lines. But other times I'm just like, this is fine. I can just make smooth lines, no problem, like lightning. But definitely have like up and down days with it in Flashermate. Like there's a bunch of dead space over here, but I don't care. That's why I don't put a background in ever. I'm gonna need a happy little sun. And this happy little, happy little sun.
I tried to find a way to justify missing the signs I knew. My hands were tied the moment we met, and there was more to you.
No, I can't do the circles. Gotta do the lines.
And I was your sick release, a hostage on a silver blade to you. Those roads we walked, I'll know forever.
But I definitely use the smooth tool. You know, when you draw something and select it. And is this on the screen? Yeah. Select it. And then hit the little smooth button all the time to fix things. Is that actually there? Is it dirt on my screen? Nope, that's really there. But again, to exonerate myself from the need to do really good quality drawings in here, have to always remember and remind myself that the whole reason that Milo is this style, even though I try to make it pretty clean, it's supposed to be messy and squiggly and not have smooth lines, but again, I spent too many years just actively going, these lines aren't smooth enough, fix them, and or going in and fixing people's not smooth enough lines. But I just kind of usually have to go back and just keep hitting that smooth or going or reworking my lines. Last week had a request for a work request to do a bunch of dinosaur stuff. I'm like, yay! But then I'm also like, oh, they need to be animated, and I'm just trying to find a way to like not fully draw everything and fully classically animate stuff, but yet not look like it's just a bunch of pieces floating around. But in the end, I'm just like, there's just not enough time in the world to fully animate dinosaurs. If it was just one, then yeah, this would be great. But it's like, I need to do a bunch. And some of them, I'm like, this is super awesome. Very proud of myself. And other ones where I'm like, oh, this should be better. It's what they're looking for. And I'm like, would I want this on my own stream? Then I'm like, no, actually, I did used to have an animation just like this on my own stream. Just had a lady body instead of a dinosaur body. All right, in today's comic stripping goes as follows. Milo's down at the beach. If Thubwood was to chop you up and turn you into sushi rolls, should that be... Oh, should that? Would that? Would. Only I was good at words. Would that be manslaughter or just legal? I'm gonna go with... I don't know how to spell anything. I'm gonna paste it in my notes app. No red lines. All right, spelled correctly. Or just harmlessly legal food preparation. And then the mermaid's like, well, I'm a completely sentient being? I can talk? I'm talking to you right now. So, I'm going to put a little apostrophe there. So, you're telling me you can't answer my question, but you won't. Oh, Milo, you're the worst. Only because you made me say that. I had no part in that. That was just you doing an impression of me. I've never said that. I've never seen a mermaid. And if I did, yes, I would probably ask, hey, what's the most legal way for me to murder and eat you? But I think that about everybody and everything that I see. All right? That's just cat law, cat logic, and just the rule of cats in general. whatever we see, we're just like, it's food, or it's an enemy, or it's going to bring me food, and it's my enemy. It's simple. Super simple. Why is that hard to get through your stupid face? Anyway, where can I find the mermaid, and will I go to jail if I eat the mermaid? So, this is true then? You're just going to make it true? Yes, Data, make it so, make it true. Warp factor 9, please, and thank you.
Beverly, get Wesley off the bridge. Mr. Data, Warp Factor 9, we must get to the Ferengi homeworld. Make it so.
I did something this week. Ta-da! Aside from my job, why can't I zoom out? I made a little comic strip. One of these days, I'll have enough to put it together in a book. I won't talk to publishers unless they hunt me down and say, "Hey, we want to publish your stuff," and throw a pile of money at you. Like, all right, boop boop boop, back the truck up over here and bury me in delicious money. But until then, I kind of like it being semi-invisible in a little internet shelf, not having to pay tons of taxes on it because I didn't sell any. But I did my taxes, and I gotta still pay my taxes. And man, oh man, taxes are ridiculous. Like, again, just, hey, have you been adjacent to money in some way? Do you have money that you didn't spend for a while? Well, now you're gonna have to pay taxes on that as well. Like, ugh, what a weird system. What a weird, specifically designed to take everyone's money away system. And yet, we don't have a bus system. These roads are always a mess over here. Every cab driver is a weird racist maniac. Thunder and lightning. Very, very frightening. To me. Hey. This is something that I did for work that I'm very proud of. Not much to it, it's just a loop. But to go with the Streamlabs music, so that they can post some, whatchamacallit, just a stream or a video of just like those lo-fi videos to like, hey, chill out and study to or whatever. Go to the right folder. Here we go. Drag this down here. And go to a screen without Milo. This one? No, you're still there, but that's fine. And when I did it, it's just like, it's got to fit everything, but it's just a fluke if it catches the beat. Gotta go to a faster song, see if we can get Kevin bopping. But I was very happy with the little cat. Go with the fashion. Skip ahead. It's Kevin and he's having a good time. Just bopping along with a good rhyme. He's got his Logitech gear, cause they're the ones that pay the bills here. He's got a cat, of course. It's square with no remorse. He opens his eyes and he blinks a bit, then he closes them, and that's it. Chillin' and groovin' all day long to whatever the Streamlabs song. There's nothing that goes away when you're chillin' all day. He's just Kevin, what can he say? This is Kevin's voice, so I guess this is Kevin speaking anyway. We have the same microphone, if you compare. And our computers are all so similar there. So is the camera, but not that mouse. I am on a Mac, and I don't espouse to be a gamer on a PC. This is all I do, and you see that CNC factory. Oh, man. Anyway. As the audience starts to dwindle, we're done with this stream swindle. We can wrap it up now and go to bed or eat some snacks. How? If I've got some in the cupboard, but I don't think I do, and I think that's good for me and good for you. I ate too many chips today. And then you have a poo. Now you're literally just dancing. Is this the stream now? Or just have a stream where you're just listening to the Streamlabs music and just bop back and forth? Because I feel like that's unacceptable. I mean, it's tempting. I still want to make like an hour-long video that just says like, wait for it, like those wait for it videos. And I'm just going, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Can you spot the thing? Wait for it. And I seem to usually end the stream with some sort of reference to poo or farts, or naps and sleeping, while the captain is creeping. Anyway, everybody have a good week. I'm good for now. That's all I feel like doing. I'm happy that I finished something. I'm gonna post this on my Instagram right away, and try to carry that motivation on to tomorrow and try to just post more things, make more things, whether I post them or not. I still have another project with my friend Brian that's still kind of a weird in limbo thing where it's like, hey, this will be cool, but you also legally can't do it, but it's my thing, so you can, but publishers own it. So that's one of the problems with publishers is I can't come in and do some weird marketing nonsense, graffitiing over the book. But if and when there is a Cat and Barmy coloring book, I definitely will have to get my hands on one, and then we're going to have to do stuff with it. We're going to have to stream about it. Oh, man. Or at least make some sort of YouTube video. Maybe my response movie to his mustache cereal will be me being hunted and haunted by his coloring book, and I'll make a whole short film about that. Nope, wrong window. You say you'll do that, but will you do that? I mean, really? Like, seriously? I mean, I'll want to. Same with all my projects, but if it gets done, that's a whole other thing. I still keep threatening to finish this Orko painting, and I haven't. Anyway, like Pat says, everybody have a great week. Have a great weekend when that comes. I will be on the Streamlabs Twitch channel on Friday afternoon at 1 Eastern time, I think. 1 Eastern time. For like 3 hours, giving away artwork. And as always, the whole reason that I do this is usually just to talk at Space Goonie, but having Miles and Pat and the captain is great. Avocado Shake, in Avocado Shake news, sent me a message just like, I miss you, dude. I think it specifically said, dude, I miss you. Like, you were my pandemic friend. Like, that was my favorite thing, was like, her and Drake sitting down to watch the stream with the cats, and I'm like, I was like, that you just, saying that means the world to me. I was like, as long as you guys have got a bunch of comic books and you're safe still, then I'm happy. But yeah, hopefully, I don't know, maybe I'll try and pick a different day to do a stream just so they have time to come and watch it, because there's literally just a handful of people that I'm like specifically doing this for, and then as the captains and Voxney and a few other people come in, Shaney and Kujin. It's just like, wow, like it's a small community, but again, I don't know, it makes me feel good, and I hope my nonsense either makes you feel good or encourages you to do something that makes yourself happy and good in the world, like you should. That's enough. That's enough of that, I think.
Meow, 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 meow.
Oh, come on, Ripley. It's me, Ted. Remember me, man? This is my voice again, I guess. I still don't know how to do this voice, but it's cool, guy. Why can't we just chill on this a bit? We could just groove on the cool music for hours and hours.
Meow, 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 meow.
All right, guy, yeah. Schedules are schedules. If we gotta take a nap time, we gotta watch some more YouTubes. That's cool, bro. That's super cool.
I don't know how to disagree or agree with this. I just want to be antagonistic. Antagonization. Did that help? Did that work? No, I think we're all on the same page. I think we're all on the same page. Yeah, I think we're all on the same page.
Then to all, no. Then to all a good night. What will happen to Tiny Tim indeed?
That's totally a Christmas thing. It's almost summer, guy. It's almost summer. Anyway, good night, everybody. Have a great stream. I have not been looking at the camera. I've just been looking at the chat. I forgot to move it over closer to the camera so that there's at least some sort of alignment. But anyway, good to talk at you guys. And again, try my best to keep myself motivated to make more fun and nonsense. And, try not to let the world's darkness cloud over everything. Purple hearts for everyone. Everybody, goodbye. Ripley, play the credits. Ripley. Garage band. Crazy beats. Threw together a long time ago. And then ate some meats. To beat the heat of the summertime malaise.